Would your younger self be proud of who you are? Because 10-year-old me was a very shy, insecure, nervous person, as a lot of 10-year-olds were, but I feel as though I was a bit more on the extreme side of it because I could never seem to fit in anywhere or I could never seem to make friends with people. And I'm 19 now, and I'm a youth empowerment speaker. And since the age of 15, so 4 years ago, I've specialized in helping teen young adults build self love, confidence, and a positive outlook on life, which all are things that my 10-year-old self didn't really have. I was optimistic, I was hopeful for the future, but I could never seem to feel accepted by anybody. And I even had trouble accepting myself because to a 10-year-old, you just want to have friends and you want people to play with, but I could never seem to get that. But now I have people who reach out to me and they're like, "Man, I love your videos. I love your content. You're so inspiring." You know, I've even had a few people who were like in their 30s and they have kids and they said, "Man, I hope my kids grow up to be like you." But very few people know what it took to be who I am today. But I know that my 10-year-old self, man, he would think I'm Superman or something because I don't say this to brag, but I've come a very long way. I'm an author. I travel. I go on a bunch of podcasts, and I really am making something for myself. But this isn't even just about me. This is about trying to help people not feel how I felt. Because even looking back at my 12-year-old self, man, I was going through it. To not to go into all the details right here, right now, but when I was 12, my dad started being abusive to me and my younger siblings. And that led me to being very hopeless. It led me to genuinely believing that things would never get better for me, that I couldn't be anybody, that I was worthless. Like, I genuinely believed that I had no value in this world aside from protecting my siblings. And when we did get out of that situation, ended up staying with our mom full time, as strange as this might sound, it kind of felt like I lost my purpose in life because I had made my entire life about keeping my siblings safe. And now that they were completely safe, I didn't know what to do with myself. And I spent a couple of years just wondering, who am I? Why is my life this way? Why do I feel like this? Why do I feel like nothing will ever get better? And around the age of 15, I was looking in my bathroom mirror and I just asked myself the question, why? You know, why do I think I'm worthless? Why do I believe that no one's ever going to help me? Which is ironic looking back on it because I had a therapist, my mom cares, I have family who cared, but when you allow yourself to get stuck in that negative spiral, you will believe that it will never get better. It's like a broken tape recorder, and over, it just plays these thoughts of doubt and fear and lack, and nobody's gonna help you, and nobody's ever gonna understand, and nobody's ever gonna care. And it kind of brainwashes you into believing that it's a lie that is repeated so much that you start to see it as the truth. You believe the lie as if it is true. Because from your perspective, you have evidence. You have evidence that, oh, yeah, your dad kicked you out, so that must mean your whole family's going to hate you eventually, which is, a lot to say. It's a lot to come on here and, talk about that. But this video isn't all doom and gloom. I just want to let you guys know about this because it's really easy for people to see who I am today, and they see all the good stuff. They see Lawrence at his office, and he's got his cameras, and he's got his, speaking career, and he's going up on these stages and whatnot. You could see that, but everyone has something that they've dealt with in their past. I know people who have been homeless, like on the streets homeless, and got themselves out that situation. I've known people who used to be addicts. I've known all sorts of people that I've come across. And you can see who they are today. You can see them as good parents. You can see them as successful in their career. You can see them as successful entrepreneurs. You can see them as who they are today. But very rarely do we know about the 10-year-old version of them. And I want to ask you this question. Would the 10-year-old you be proud of where you are today? Would the 10-year-old you be amazed, be in awe, like, wow, we really did that? We really got into college. We graduated high school. We got our first job. We saved up some money. We bought ourselves a car. We got our first apartment. Oh my gosh, I'm amazed. Would your 10-year-old self look at you like that? Because if the answer is yes, and I hope it is, you're winning. You're winning. If the little kid in you would be proud of who you are today, you are winning. Because, like I said, 10-year-old Lawrence, he was shy, he was insecure, he was nervous, he was afraid, he thought nobody would ever care about him. 19-year-old Lawrence, man, I love myself so much. I love being alive. I love waking up and seeing the sun. Even though it's raining right now, even that I love it because I know that it's watering the ground and the plants are going to bloom and there's going to be a bunch of flowers. I love the fact that I can do this. I love the fact that I have the strength to articulate myself. I love the fact that I'm able to inspire people. I love the fact that I'm able to be a light to the world. And I'm not perfect. None of us are. But we're just doing our best. And anybody who tells you that they have everything figured out, they're lying. They know a lot about something, but they don't know every single thing about everything. And we often will compare ourselves to this idealized version of perfectionism and saying, no, I need to have this and this and this and this and that and that. And, social media only adds to the fire. It only adds to this comparison of this person has bigger muscles than me. She has a smaller waist than me. She is prettier than me. He's more handsome than me. And we start comparing ourselves and we ignore the fact that our younger self be so proud of us today. And as we get older throughout life, it's easy for us to get stuck in this cycle of, am I good enough? Am I worthy? Am I enough? But you are. You're enough when you say you are. You're worthy because you are. You are because you are. You don't need to have a reason why you're good enough. You don't need to have a reason why you're valuable to yourself. You don't need to have a reason why you love yourself. The reason is because you do. The reason is because you're valuable. The reason is because you're worthy. The reason is because you are. But the problem often comes with, like I mentioned earlier, this comparison on, I need to have this material thing. I need to look this way. I need to have this relationship. I need to have this money. I need to have this car. I need to have this house. I need to live here. I need to do this. I need to have this career. I need to have this GPA. I need this, and then I'll be enough. But the problem is, it's like a carrot on a stick. If you only say you are enough, if you only believe you are valuable, if you only believe you are worthy, when you have this thing, it'll never be enough because there's always something shinier. There is always more money. There's always a new car. There's always a bigger house. There's always a bigger boat. There's always a more expensive private jet. And if you place your self worth and your self value and am I good enough? Am I worthy? Am I valuable in the material things? It will never be enough. Because let's say you get the iPhone 12. Oh, I got the iPhone 12. I'm feeling good. Now you need the iPhone 12 Max. It's never enough. And then you need the 13 and the 15 and the 16 and the 17. It's like a carrot on a stick, and you keep running to try and get the carrot, ignoring the fact that you already have a carrot. And ambition is good. Ambition is great. I want to achieve this goal. I'm going to become the first person in my family to climb Mount Everest. I'm going to become the first millionaire. This is good. This is great. However, you don't need the money to be good enough. You don't need the car or the house or the thing to be valuable, to be worthy, to be lovable, to be good enough, because your worth, your value is internal. And when I was younger, I had so much trouble understanding that. I could never see that my worth was inside of me. I always thought that my purpose and my value to the world was outside of me, it was external. But eventually, around 15, when I asked myself some hard questions and looked in that mirror and got real honest with myself, I began the journey of realizing that self worth is in yourself. Internal love is in you. It's not outside of you. Your worth and your value to this world isn't in your car or your money or your house or all these things. These things are good. These things are great. You know, you need money for food and clothes and water and shelter. You need a house to lay your head at night. You need a car to get around unless you use like public transportation or an Uber or something. These things are good. But do not allow these things to define you. Do not allow how much muscle you got or how you look or your car or any of these things. Don't allow those to define you. Your worth is inside of you. It's like you're trying to fill a hole in you with stuff from the outside, but you're putting bandages on a bullet wound rather than addressing the wound itself. We're trying to buy more and more and more and more to numb the pain rather than just going inside. And it's scary, it's hard, but the only way to fix those insecurities, the only way to get past those mental roadblocks, to break those limiting beliefs, to achieve the things you want in life, to have that positive outlook on life, is to get honest and admit that, hey, it's not a problem on the outside. It's something in me. It's something in here. You know, great example of this. A lot of people will get into these bad relationships over and over and over and over and over and over. And they're like, man, I can't figure out why every single man I date is a cheater. I can't figure out why every single woman I date just trying to take my money. I can't figure out why this person is bad, this person bad, that person bad, that person bad, that person bad. I can't figure out why. Maybe the problem is something inside of you that is picking these people. Maybe it's something inside of you that has a bad selection process. Maybe it's something inside of you that is allowing these people into your life. Because there's no possible way 100% of people are moving crazy. That's just impossible. However, if 100% of the people you date are acting this way, it's something inside of you. And that's not to tear you down or to grade you. No, it's simply to say that the work to fix the outside starts inside. You cannot address the symptom as a way to cure the cause. No, if you want to cure a condition, you must address the condition inside of you, and that will remove the symptom. You can have a flu, and I can give you some water. I can give you headache medicine. I can give you things to numb the symptom. But then the issue will come back up again and again and again. And we're trying to address the symptom We're trying to buy something as a way to numb the pain. We're trying to distract ourselves from the problem. We're trying to run from the pain. We're trying to escape this rather than doing the work to go inside and look at ourselves and go, Lord, the reason why you feel this way is something inside of you. The reason why your relationships keep going this way, the reason why your money acting this way, the reason why it is in you. You're the common denominator. You're the common denominator. And as we go through life, as children, we think we could do anything. 10-year-old Lawrence, I was going to go to the moon. I was going to dig up dinosaur bones. I was going to be the president. I was going to do every single thing. But we get told things like, be realistic. That's too much. You can't do that. You got to get a safe thing. You got to get a safe job. You got to go down this path. And if the path that you want to go down is the traditional path, if the path that you want to go down on your own willingness, on your own decision, is get a 9 to 5, go to college, do X, Y, Z, retire at 65, have a wife and 3 kids. If that's what you want, go ahead, do that. That's your thing. However, you need to ask yourself, is this what you want? Is it the path that you want to go down? Would your 10-year-old self be proud of you? Unfortunately, we often try to make the whole world proud of us. We try to live up to the expectations of the world. We try to live up to the expectations of family. We try to live up to the expectations of friends. We try to live up to the expectation of relationships and whatnot. But are you even proud of yourself? Would your 10-year-old self be proud of who you have become? That's a tough question. That is a very tough question. But it's one that we need to ask ourselves. We need to ask ourselves, are we proud of what we become? And if the answer is no, you can change that. You can take the wheel. You're in the car, and you don't have to be the passenger seat in your own car. You don't have to be the passenger in your own car. You can get up and get into the driver's seat. You can get up, get in that driver's seat, and take the wheel and drive it to where you want to go. But throughout our life, we often are put into the passenger seat without even knowing it. We go from the driver's seat. 10-year-old kids, they think they could do anything. I'm going to the moon. I'm graduating from Harvard. I'm going to become the president. I'm going to become the first woman president. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do that. But throughout life, we get told, oh, be realistic. That's too much. That's too ambitious. You can't do that. No, take the same path as everybody else. And now you're in the passenger seat. So, do you want to live your life in the passenger seat? Or do you want to be the driver in your own car? Would your 10-year-old self be proud of you today? All those hopes and ambitions and dreams and goals that you had when you were young, would you be proud of who you are today? Would that little kid look at you with awe, with joy, glad to know what you had become? Because 10 years, you could do a whole lot with that. And today is the day. Today is the day when you can make a change. Today is the day when you can take action. Today is the day when you can make something happen for yourself. Today is the day when you can make that 10-year-old self proud. Today is the day when you can start achieving them goals. Today is the day when you can get up in that gym. Today is the day when you can start that business you've been wanting to start since you were 15. Today is the day when you can apply to that job. Today is the day when you can make yourself proud. I hope you enjoyed this video. I'm looking forward to seeing you in the next one. And if you would like to purchase my books, you can find those below. One-on-one consultations. If you're a podcast host or have a school or some sort of organization where you would like to bring me in to speak to your youth, you can find my email address below. Have a wonderful, blessed day. And lastly, before my laptop dies, I'm on August 2nd, I'm doing a live event as well as virtual. You can find the tickets for that in the top link in the description. Have a good day. Make yourself proud.